Sweet, sweet music. So here's the new exhaust system. It's really just a piece of it. It's going to get rid of the bottom portion of the stock exhaust, which is the muffler. It's a gigantic can of a thing. It also comes with this, which is a decibel killer. It's a metal sleeve that's going to go within this pipe up at the top here before it hits the exhaust port. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the sound both with and without this against a decibel meter. So we'll actually see how much this deadens the sound. First things first, though, we have to get the stock exhaust off so we can get this fitted. Alright, so we got the exhaust out and fitted in the vise, and you can just see here what this piece is going to eliminate. This is a massive, massive can, and so it's going to not only get rid of a lot of weight, but also going to help with the flow, since this is basically unrestricted, minus that decibel killer. So we have to cut this, and so I've marked it up here. It came with instructions, thankfully, so it said to cut exactly 38 millimeters from the base of this muffler here. So I measured this out and made this line. Now I'm going to cut it with a hacksaw and get the new pipe fitted. So we got everything all fitted. Everything lines up pretty great. The only thing was that this sticks out a little bit, but thankfully they provide you with longer bolts and some spacers down there. So now we have everything in there without the baffle. Let's fire it up. I spoke too soon. Let's not fire it up just yet. We have to reset the ECU. So basically tell the O2 sensor to kind of relearn the system now that it's going to have more outflow. It needs to recognize that with the air-fuel ratio. So to reset it, I took apart the battery leads here, positive and negative, and so we're going to put these together for about a minute just to ground out the positive wire, and that way when it turns back on after I refit these and put the key in, it will know to kind of restore itself to a default setting and kind of relearn the system. Alright, time for the first startup. I haven't started it at all yet. I have no idea how it sounds. We did reset the battery, and I have my phone up here connected to a decibel meter. I'll put that on the side of the video. And so with that, apologies to my neighbors. Here we go. That was pretty loud. That was without the decibel killer. So now let's put this right here. kind of hear it in the differences between the stock and then this without the decibel killer. This has the decibel killer in it, by the way. I decided to keep it that way because it does dampen it a little bit. Alright, Take two. So I had to do a rethink in the shooting of this. I actually had to go back to my old GoPro Hero 3 because I had an external microphone that worked with that one. It didn't have the right connection, so I couldn't use the GoPro Hero 7. What I was saying the other day was that this is the first modification that I'm not super thrilled about, not 100% on, because while it does sound amazing, it's just too much. The resonance and the loudness of it is just amplified because this tube is basically an echo chamber, more or less, for the exhaust system. So it just projects the noise. And it sounds great from a standstill, you know, taking off the line, but once you get cruising to this, like around 5,000 or 6,000 RPM, it just drones. So I think that this exhaust system can still be improved a little bit, because I don't want to be that guy with the super loud exhaust around the neighborhood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look online and see if there's any kind of baffles or inserts, anything to silence or muffle the sound even more than it currently is, because the exhaust ports, the little drilled silencers that are already in the stock system, aren't doing anything. The sound is there. The sound is great. It just needs to be contained a little bit. It just needs to not echo and resonate as much as it is. And so with that, thank you so much for taking a look. See you next time.